the James Bond character. Like, you just have to throw your martini glass at someone and kill them, and it's like, you get the trophy.
That's hilarious. Alright, everybody, I'm sorry, we are back. We just had, anytime we switch a game, broadcast cut, so we are now on Broforce. Zach, why don't you talk about this game and how you found it and what it means to you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what it is about PlayStation or Sony, but they make it incredibly hard to find decent co-op games in multiplayer games. Like, I'm not like someone who's typically into like shooters. Like, I don't like necessarily gravitate to like Call of Duty or anything like that. In fact, if I had my choice, I'm more into elves and swords and bows and arrows and dragons because I'm gay. But I think that I don't know. I just, that's what I like. And you know, so I was perusing this PlayStation store, and I searching for like literally like an hour, but I finally like came across this Broforce game, and I've always kind of had a soft spot in my heart for old video games. I just like the lack of detail. I like the lack of you know, workmanship put into it. I like the laziness of it, and because of it, I just immediately fell in love with this game.
That makes sense. The best part of this game is the fact that you can play with 4 people. It's always nice to have a game that you can do local 4-player or online 4-player and local online 4-player multiplayer, which just it seems to be very rare. FPS shooters kind of run the whole game industry in terms of economic return, so it's very hard to find a game that's as polished as Broforce, and it kind of meets all of the needs that we have, you know? Zach?
Yeah. I'm not doing anything.
That was the most South Park moment, like Randy Marsh moment. I'm not doing anything.
I'm not. Just keep.
Should we do? So there's Iron Bro mode. Each bro can only die once. Lose all bros, and you lose single player
Did you
only.
invite me?
No, I'm trying to pick a mode. Arcade mode, where we play all the levels without being burdened by overbearing narrative.
I thought we were doing co-op.
Yeah, I know. We are doing co-op, but I'm asking
so
which
wait.
mode. Standard? Campaign?
Is campaign more fun?
Campaign's the one with the helicopter. That's standard campaign.
Yeah.
Arcade mode is the campaign, but without any of the narrative stuff. You just keep playing.
No, I need a good story because I like to be lied to.
And then here's another campaign mode. This one looks new. It's Iron Bro mode, which is each bro can only die once, lose all bros, and lose single player. Oh, it's single player only. All right.
Yeah. Campaign.
Hard, normal.
I can whip some ass in this. It's up to you. I'm down for either because I'm gonna be talking to, so I don't care.
We'll do.
That made you think again, huh?
Huh?
I made you guess yourself or question yourself.
With what?
Dude, bro, don't act like you don't know.
I honestly have no idea what we're talking about. Sorry, I'm still trying to set this up. All right, should we do public? No, we'll do private. It'll just be you and I. All right, I am going to invite you now. All right, you're back in. I'm sending the invite.
Oh.
No, we're still rolling, bro. We're still rolling.
We've had so many hiccups here that I just don't even know when we're recording anymore.
I know. It's been, I think we've got it figured out now.
Dude, press square. Press square.
Oh, shit. So, if we have to play a game and stick to one game. If we stop and switch to another game, it cuts the recording. Or, we just have to make sure the settings are right. Where the fuck am I going here?
You can go anywhere. You can choose one. You could choose,
Okay, we're going to
We start with, some low-level guys, and then we work our way up to, kicking Satan's ass. Which is sort of like, real life.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm writing to our fans right now about the technical difficulties.
Oh shit. Okay, let me get the controls down here. Okay. I'm Walker, Texas
Remember
Ranger.
that
You
R1 is
Who are
the
you?
muscle thing.
Are you Ash?
I'm Ash.
You're Ash from The Living Dead, and I'm Walker, Texas
Evil
Ranger.
Dead. Evil Dead, bro. You want that?
Sorry, yeah, Walking
him.
Dead sucks. I'm like Kanon or whatever his name is, Conan.
Is this Leaves New York guy? Right? Oh, I got him. Peace out, bro.
Yeah, he's the best one.
Peace out, bitch.
Remember me! Remember me!
See, this is the novelty of the game right here. It looks easy, it looks fun, it looks, you know, like a great time. But the game really does start to get harder. And there's a lot to see, and now you have Men in Black guy here, which is one of the hardest characters to control in the game.
Shit, Mr. T's down. You have to save me, bro.
Alright, you're back.
I'm alien.
Oh, I just died. Dude, Predator is a great alien. What do you say?
Or Predator. See, I'm off my game, man. See, you can't trust me for anything. Let's just leave that in case we die.
Oh, I just died.
Shit.
It's on you. Oh, shit.
Dude, the cool thing about Predator is he blows up afterwards. Kill Satan. Alright.
Can Satan Dude, you make it sound like I've never played this game before. Can Satan do anything? Like kill? Or no?
You'll find out later. Not yet.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Pretty cool, huh? Here, let's take another question from our audience.
Yo, let's rod diggity do.
Is Zack single? Oh, that's a good one. Who is that? Karen623?
Oh, I just died.
Well, Karen, I hate to say it, but no. Unfortunately, I'm not single. But I have a friend that is, and I could introduce you to him.
Oh, dude, how did you not die there?
Because I mastered this game. Give me a break, dude.
Alright, so let's get back into some conspiracies here, and
Okay, which one do we want to go back into Epstein, or what do you want?
I think let's keep moving. We spent a lot of time on Epstein. People can go look at part 1 for that.
Well, and again, if people have questions, literally just ask. Chances are I know everything, so you're welcome, and I can answer all your wildest questions. Okay, which conspiracy?
You were talking about JFK and how you know.
Down here, dude. Down here. Down here. JFK? Oh yeah, so if you think Lee Harvey Oswald was acting alone, I hate to break it to you, but you're kind of retarded.
What the fuck?
Here, I'll get you. You're kind of retarded, because that means you just listen to, like, you got your news source, and you're always, you follow your one news source, and you think you're always right.
Here we go. I fucking died again. Zach, you're supposed to be watching my ass, dude.
I know, I dropped the ball on that one. Dude, you've been, like, really carrying the weight of this team the past few rounds here.
You know, actually, I feel like we need to talk about something that is a little bit more pressing, and that's the PlayStation 5. I know, we've talked about a little bit, with conspiracies, and we're both gamers, and I feel like I wanted him. That this is the perfect time on what you think the next console generation is going to look like. What are your expectations? What do you want the most of?
Yeah, that's a good question. So I'm not up on the latest of PlayStation 5. I've kind of fell after the whole COVID. Like, I was paying attention until COVID, and then I just kind of got. Oh, dude, you're in.
I'm back.
I got you, dude. Do you think I don't have you for a second?
I was talking to the fans, man.
Do you think that I would let you down? You don't know me, pal.
Oh, I put on my medal. Uh-oh.
Dude, oh shit. Boss time.
Is it,
Do you have the sound for the game playing?
Oh yeah, dude, all this stuff goes through.
Okay, because I have mine turned down. This is hilarious. Oh shit, I'm dead. He was a tough one. He's a tough cookie. But, shit. Watch out, dude. Here. I got you. Watch out. Let's do a bomb. You have a bomb. Oh, that's good. Good.
Oh, dude, we just got doused.
We suck. All our Korean friends are laughing at us right now.
I know. Oh, I want Ash. Yeah, go for it. Nice. Watch out. Alright. I don't want... Okay, I go.
This is like easy mode right now. I got like this.
Are we on hard? Oh, fuck. I just keep running. I'm not being patient.
Oh, fuck. Dude. Oh, you have the best player. I have the worst, so we're balanced out. I'm talking so loud. I'm at my girlfriend's place right now. Her parents... I sound like a teenager, but her parents are gonna be so upset. I'm so loud.
Dude, you're about to be out on the street, boy.
I know. Fuck.
Are you right next to their bedroom?
Kind of.
Good. This is a great part. Our audience really wants to know about this.
Oh yeah, I got the best player in the game right now. You can have that guy.
Oh my god, I got the worst player in the fucking game right now.
Damn, dude. Don't worry. This is my guy. Dude. I don't know what's happening. I know. They're pretty good.
Yeah.
We must be on hard.
We are on hard.
Oh, that's why. I beat this on medium. I like to walk around first before I go into hard mode. I don't just jump in. Oh shit. I got Mr. T. I pity the fool. I pity the fool who finds me.
Alright, got him.
Cool. So, where were we?
I have
PlayStation
no idea,
5.
Dude. We were deep in that.
We were talking about PlayStation 5.
Yeah,
and,
I am extremely excited
worried
for the
that
PlayStation 5.
the new Xbox might be better.
See, that's the thing. We came from a console generation where the PS3 versus the Xbox 360. A lot of people would say that the Xbox 360 was the champion of that generation. But little do
Not
people
in games,
know.
Though.
True.
Not in games.
I think that's
in
debatable.
Interface. No. Its interface. I would tell you
it's online.
100 times better.
It's online presence.
Dude,
for multiplayer.
You can't even watch, dude. You can't even watch Hulu in 4K on PlayStation 4. You have to have the Xbox One.
Yeah.
We're talking tech specs, folks. I hope you're nerds. I hope you enjoy this. If not,
yeah,
we apologize.
Dude, PlayStation will always be better, bro. And you know it. You're not even an Xbox fan.
No, I'm not.
Dang. All right. Well, let's get back on track. Episode 1.
What do you like about PlayStation 5?
Well, dude, there's so much that's been unsaid about the PlayStation 5. What I'm looking for is just another console that really ups it when it comes to graphics. I feel like the PlayStation 4, there wasn't that big of an improvement from the PlayStation 3. I know some people are going to be very judgmental about that statement, and trust me, there was some good stuff. Yeah. But PlayStation 4 didn't capture me like it did previous systems, even though it has a lot of great titles, the lack of AAA titles that are coming out now, and I know there's a very great indie scene that is currently on PlayStation 4, and maybe I need to look deeper into that. It's just, I really hope that the artistry of what video games can be as a prestige platform really comes to light with what the PS5 has to offer. And I think we saw the first glimpses of that with the recently released,
Dude,
I think it was the gameplay demo that came out for Unreal 5, was it? And, dude, the technology that we have now to create visuals for video games is absolutely insane. And some could argue that that is the technology that's going to bring film potentially into its next stage. I mean,
dude,
look at coronavirus right now.
It's so funny what's going to happen. Hey, we all have actor friends out there. Ha ha, you guys are fucked.
Have you ever seen the one documentary by, it's like not a documentary, it's a narrative film by the guy who did Waltz with Bashir. I think it's Ari Fullman. He did a not a documentary, he did a film called, fuck, let me look it up. I'm going to look it up real quick. He did a film that is essentially the future where they buy your identity once you kind of come to an age, and they own your identity in this virtual space and can use you for movies and stuff. And it's very interesting because this person is
Dude,
essentially
I'm gonna run so many blockbusters, dude.
living an alternate life, even though she's that person she's not. It's very, very good. I think it's called... What is it called? It's directed by Ari Folman. It's called The Congress. It has Robin Wright in it. She's the lead. She actually plays herself in the movie. So it's Robin Wright, the actress, gives away her rights, and I guess she goes to this thing that's the Congress. It's been a while since I've watched it, but I highly recommend it because the whole point is, with the technology that we're having and everything that's happening in terms of this whole COVID-19 thing. No, how the hell did that just happen? This whole COVID-19 thing. People are going to be scared to work, and what are these virtual sets going to be like? What's the future of filmmaking really going to look like?
If you're afraid to work after, as an actor after COVID-19, then you don't deserve to be on TV. Sorry, actor friends.
Dude, hot takes all around by Zack Kulm.
Oh my god. Okay. Oh shit, we're both in again. Okay.
But yeah, you should definitely. I'm gonna send you that. Did you see that gameplay footage?
No, send it to me.
It's insane.
Who's excited? Who's like? Be honest. Who's actually excited for The Last of Us?
I am,
Part 2.
But my friend,
give me a break.
My friend Indian Pimp and I have had this discussion at the same time, where with all of this stuff that's kind of been unfolding around the game releasing, it getting pushed back, and then there's all of this news of people leaving Naughty Dog.
There's too many like SJW type of crap going on.
Yeah, Neil Drunkman kind of being this tyrant. You want to save me down there, buddy?
Where are you at?
You see the save? Bottom right corner?
Yeah, I see it. Dude, I see you. You said down. It's up.
What do you...
What happened?
I don't know.
Dude, that was weird. That was glitchy. I'm sorry. Go on.
What was I saying? Fuck.
You're talking about Neil Gaiman?
No, I wasn't. Dang, what were we talking about? Oh, Neil Drunkman.
Yeah.
I mean, it just seems like it's one of the first game was a perfect storm. Now we have this opportunity where this, things might have just not gone the way that it should have with the people that were leading the development for the second game. Now, do I think the game's ultimately going to suck? No, I think it's going to be really good. I think there's going to be a lot of great technical achievements that they pulled off based on some of the prior gameplay footage that is out there. What's going to be up for question is the storyline good enough and as strong as it was in the first game, right?
Right.
And I think that's going to be the hard question to answer. And only time will tell in this case, but...
Fuck. Yeah. No, I couldn't have said it better myself. That, it's... Time will tell, and I think...
It's been a very interesting landscape for AAA titles in itself, We've had another game that was very polarizing for people, which I personally really enjoyed, but I can also see why it wasn't commercially viable for a lot of reasons, was the recent release of Kojima's Death Stranding back in, what was it, like November? And that game came to the US with a very lukewarm, sales, but I thought the game was it showed what video games can be outside of a traditional perspective, and that's what I think is unique. Is it something that everyone should love? No, I don't necessarily think it's going to be the most fun experience for most people that are playing the game. But what is really unique is that I'm playing a game that I know I wouldn't be able to find elsewhere. And that's...
Yeah.
I feel like there should be points for that in itself. I don't know.
Yeah, I think...
Not everything needs to be the best version of you know, a shooter game, a World War II game or whatever. Sometimes I think there's something great in a game that doesn't engage you in a very like cerebral and in-your-face way, you know. Death Stranding is very much a walking simulator, like a lot of people have labeled it as, but it's meditative in so many ways. You're listening to this very atmospheric playlist. The sounds of the whole landscape play through. The imagery, the controls, the attention to detail. Does it get muddled at times? Yeah, but that's Kojima. You kind of come to expect that. Look at every other game he's made. They're very muddled. But that's kind of a directorial mark of his, and I think there's some beauty in that at the same time for everything negative that comes from it.
Yeah, I feel like that's the difference between like a movie and a film, and I don't want to. I know I sound like a douchebag for saying
Very
that,
pretentious.
But like, yeah, very. But at the same time, I mean, you're playing an experience rather than just like a game for fun. So, and like if you think about the future and where video games will eventually go, you know, video games are going to take on more of this feeling of like a simulation,
right.
And with narratives, with little life-like narratives that you're invested in, and so you know you won't be able to tell the difference between real life and the game. And I know, again, this is like all science fiction, but it's pretty much, I mean,
so much of science fiction has been written by people that are futurists, and look at these people that were so-called futurists in the past and how much of these realities have actually come to light, even in the most negative manner that can be, you know, or the most negative position that could be. Nice, Indiana Jones, like the best fucking character.
He's the coolest character like in movies, but he's like the worst in like this game.
Hold on, we have Brendan Reel said, I prefer gaming on 4 simultaneous PCs that are linked together with 3 super wide displays all put next to one another. What do you have to say about that, Zach?
That sounds like my friend Chung Chi Sing. Damn it. Chung Lee, my friend, really likes doing that too.
Oh yeah.
So my question for Brendan is, I don't know how to. Damn it.
Yeah, I don't even know what that means.
I'm just gonna leave it with a comment, not a question. I'm gonna repeal my question and say I'm impressed.
With
Brendan,
what?
I think that's a pretty impressive setup.
What? Oh, to Reels? Yeah, of course. That's very impressive.
That's very impressive.
Very impressive.
I would like to get Reel on here. I think sometimes it's good to have a fresh set of eyes on. This is a multiplayer game, so next time, maybe episode 2, maybe episode 3, maybe we'll get some more.
I definitely want to get some more voices on here. I do have Reel coming up for an episode. Maybe we can get everybody in the same room. I also have Arun and Steve, which we are part of Oddity 17. I don't know if you guys have seen us in the regiments for. I just got kicked by the Zach kept shut. What just happened?
I had to do it.
Why? What happened?
I had to move on. I had to do it for America.
What just happened?
I don't know. I saw a kick. I thought I was helping you out.
Alright, I'm gonna invite you back.
Oh, I thought that meant like kick. Like I'm such a retard. I thought
I thought you like were trying to be a dick because I wasn't alive. I was like, dude, I wasn't even alive. Alright, I just sent you an invite.
Am I off the game now?
No, you're still on broadcast.
Okay.
Yeah,
Not
the
that
party.
I care or anything.
Oh, dude, yeah, it just ended broadcast again. What the fuck?
Sorry, you're gonna have to.
Alright. Oh, wait, no, I think it's. Oh, fuck. What is happening? Oh, I think I'm in it. Anyways. I don't know what just happened, but we're still going here. Anyways.
No, but we were talking about future episodes. We were talking about other games and players.
Yeah, once we kind of get the format for how this is all going to work, we'll figure it out. This is episode 1. We knew there would be some kinks, some little lulls in the conversation, but dude, day 1 vibes, man. You want that first life there? I
I'm
like
gonna be
being
honest.
Ash.
I haven't noticed one lull in the conversation.
No, I feel like
I
we've
don't.
done a pretty good job. It's the
Yeah.
technical difficulties that have added the lull so far.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, there's always something to talk about, right? There's always a current event. There's always
Dude, you know what's been
something
an
to
eerie
gain.
feeling for me
Shit.
recently that Real and I noticed? It's the lack of movie trailers just because there's not a lot of new movies that are coming out, you know? It's weird to have this such a dramatic lull in theater entertainment that it
Do you want
sucks.
this?
Yeah, I'll take that. Did you see the new Tenet trailer? Nice.
No, I saw it came out and I was going to watch it, but then I had something to do. I have to get to it though.
Just make sure that guy doesn't shoot you. Yeah.
Oh shit. Good thing
I'm
he wasn't
excited
looking
for
out.
it. My fear is that it won't be coming out on July 17th now, which is my birthday. But my hope is that it still comes out wide release in a theater setting. I don't think watching it at home is going to do it any justice, just for the sheer fact that it is a Nolan film. Goddamn. But what I'm worried about is, I think we had this conversation, is I recently rewatched Inception, which is, you know, a very well-known Nolan film. A lot of people have seen it just because of the kind of mind-bending aspect that it, you know, that it has. But during this rewatch, I realized how Nolan it is and almost ludicrous it is at times. Don't get me wrong, it's an entertaining film. I think it has some smart aspects to it, but it's very much a product of its time. And the tension that that film builds and how unrelenting it is. God dang, I always forget how far these bullets travel. Anyways,
Yeah.
I just hope he doesn't go full Nolan. I feel like he did some really amazing stuff with his last two movies, especially with Dunkirk. Even though I might like Interstellar a little bit more than Dunkirk, Dunkirk marked his first step towards what I would say is like an artistic director, you know, someone
sure.
that's showing a technical prowess. It's not a perfect frame, but it's more about the aesthetic, the story, how it all like coincides and commingles. Where are we going here? I'm gonna go up because I feel like I'm not gonna. Oh, watch out! Oh shit!
That was cool.
But I just hope that, God, I really hope that Tenet doesn't, one, live in the same world as Inception, just because it's not necessary in my opinion, and two, I just hope it doesn't go to the heights that Inception does, to where it's like, we get it. Everything in that movie, and maybe not everything, there's just certain points in that movie, it's like, oh, did you see this? Well, now there's this. Did you think that was cool? Well, this is cool.
He's gone full M.
You
He's
know?
gone full M Night Shyamalan.
And it's relentless, and it's after a certain point.
That's what made him run like so. Like that's when he like lost his like whole career when he like
Right.
What was his last movie? It was the one with all the people in the woods and he didn't know it was
the
like
last, The Village. That movie's
Yeah.
old.
well the last since he mattered. I mean,
Since the last time you cared about him.
yeah.
But yeah, it's very interesting. I really want the film to be good. I think it ultimately will end up being still a good film amongst many bad films, you know, that are churned out. But I feel like it's really hard when looking at his filmography to see where he can go next. And if he kind of deviates from that Dunkirk line, I just don't know. Nice. I have like the worst character.
He has to have his eyes wide shut next.
Yeah, he needs to start just being a little more ballsy, I think.
Yeah.
I was very... I'm still upset, and I know it
Quit trying to
seems
wow us to
stupid.
make a good movie.
It seems stupid, but if it is an anti-war film, I feel like you have to show the intensity, the blood of what war is. And the fact that Dunkirk didn't have any form of gore, in my opinion, people might think otherwise. He was like, oh...
They
it's
should
like
have
you
the
have
Japanese
to show it.
ripping Ed Hardy limb from limb to activate.
Yeah, probably. Nice. Let me change this dude's character. Kubrick always made like a good point. He's like, I can't show people dying in war without the brutality of it, or then it's propaganda. And I think that's a little bit of a stretch, but you can see where he's coming from.
He's right. He's absolutely right. He's absolutely right.
I think it depends on the way that you need to package it. Like, now, do you need to see them digging a blade for like 5 minutes into someone's stomach and really hold onto it? I think there's a way to be able to do both without the intensity. Shut the fuck up, Zach. Why do I keep getting the worst characters?
I don't know.
Absolutely. Dude, you need to use your special more.
I know. I've noticed that. I noticed that shit. Impressive.
Dude, that was some solid snake stuff. Alright, you take that life. I have 2 lives.
Alright.
We need to start getting more on the same page here.
We do. So, what other truths do you guys want to know? What other things did you always want to know?
Alright, I'm gonna wait for you so we can both get on this.
Fuck. Oh yeah.
That was a pro level move right there.
Choice. But yeah, so getting back into I'm trying to keep it quiet so my girlfriend's parents don't hear me.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So okay.
Hold up.
So
oh dude, go for it.
Do you know how the CIA started?
Go for it. I feel like you have some choice. I'm gonna knock the floor out.
So, the CIA was started by the Bush family.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And,
talk to me about that.
So, I don't know as much about this, but I've.
What is the martini supposed to do?
It's like cool. It's supposed to be. It's like a just a cool thing. Something that just like happens. Shit.
Oh, dude, nice. Now I get the fucking.
Watch this. Oh, I missed it. There it is. Yeah, she's awesome.
You like her? I don't.
Yeah. Oh yeah, if you master her, she's like the best. You can fly and shit.
Dude, kill. Nice.
I'm a fourth wave feminist.
Oh, sick. Alright, everyone, this is the greatest character of the game. It's Indiana Jones, or as we like to call him, the fucking worst character in the game.
Sorry about you. Again. Oh shit, this guy's not having it.
How have you survived so long with Will Smith here? I feel like his character is very hard to master.
You just have to be like dodgy, you know?
Oh, nice, dude. I have Diego Fortes here. Oh, nice.
From like Machete.
I need some whiskey, dude. Have you been drinking any whiskey or anything recently? Are you still like trying to hold off on that stuff?
I haven't drinking any alcohol since my 12th step, and I'm still going strong. I want to thank my sponsor, Larry, and yeah, I think everything's pretty awesome.
Nice, man.
Yeah, it's been great since I kicked it, you know.
Well, I just finished a bottle of Macallan 13 year that Real gave me for a gift a while ago, and I'm trying to get into whiskey. That's something that I've never really like. Here, you take that one. Since you have the worst character. That's not something I ever really grew a palate for, and I know there's a lot of different whiskey out there, especially Japanese. Nice. Japanese whiskey that's supposed to be good. And I know that you used to be pretty like knowledgeable about the whiskey. I'm trying to see if you have any reps when it comes to that.
What's the Irish one?
Jameson?
Jameson. I like that one.
Jameson.
I mean, that's how I got really into drinking.
Yo,
black
get my life, bro.
I got into like the whiskey habit, and I mean when I was an alcoholic, and
when do you think we'll be able to get Bob Wenrick on here, or Bob Furburger? Sorry. Nice. How did I die?
Dude, I don't know what's going on. But good question. Bob is traveling. He's become an expat, and So
Bob's
he's just
fled
gonna,
the state of California,
yeah.
for reasons unknown. I'm gonna go up over and over.
Okay.
Where is that supposed to go?
Just punch this guy in the face. Dude, that's a pretty cool trick.
Alright. You're back. You're back. Ah, jeez.
So, once we hit our next commercial break, I want you to pull up the Franklin scandal. We'll start letting our audience know some real truths.
Well, while we got this, I'm just gonna look it up right now.
Good.
Alright, the Franklin
Yeah, I won't save you.
scandal.
So, there's a Republican, I think he's a congressman or senator or something.
The
but
Franklin scandal, a story of stockbrokers, child abuse, and betrayal. A chilling There's a book on it called The Franklin Scandal.
By Bryant, what's his name? Something Bryant.
Nick Bryant.
Nick Bryant, yeah.
I'm going to read what it says on Google Books. A chilling expose. This is about the book. A chilling expose of corporate corruption in government cover-ups. This account of a nationwide child trafficking and polygamy ring in the United States tells us...
Who else was that? Mormons? Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're all good. Where was I at here? This tells a tale of corruption in high places. The scandal originally surfaced during an investigation in Omaha, Nebraska's failed Franklin Federal Credit Union and took the author beyond the Midwest and ultimately to Washington, D.C., implicating businessmen, senators, major media corporations, the CIA, and even boy town organizations. This extensively researched report indicates firsthand interviews with key witnesses and explores a controversy that has received scant media attention.
Well, there you go.
So talk to me about it. And this talks to us, we had a similar idea, not to give too much information away. We talked about this, maybe 2 years ago, maybe even more now, about similar stuff that revolved around this, and it Omaha. Just seems, it's the reason why...
Let's talk about the link. Let's talk about Omaha and Chicago and talk about that whole area.
Well, let's just talk about, the link, something that I experienced. So when I was driving back from Pittsburgh, I was driving across the road with Nora, my wife, and we went from Chicago to Omaha to what is it? Boulder?
Colorado.
Is Boulder's the big city, right?
Denver is.
Denver, yeah. What was I thinking? Boulder, Colorado. But a lot of this is essentially connected by Route 80, I believe, which is one of the most trafficked highways in the world, especially for like semi-trucks and packages, a lot of freight containers, a lot of stuff like that. But when we drove through Omaha, it's very precariously placed, where it's a city where the highway runs directly through it, and it just is in the middle of nowhere. Nebraska is as flat as it can be, and it's interesting because when you drive through it, I didn't spend too much time in it, but it just seems like a gateway to something else. What is that? I just speculated, there's a lot to be said about what's going on in terms of like work trafficking, child trafficking, especially in the Asian communities, which is typically the highest trafficked demographic. So it's like, okay, there's something particularly there, but then you came across this within the last 2 weeks or so.
Well, just look at One Child Nation too. That documentary about China and the orphanage and how China, the way they would kill the kids, they would just leave them out to die in the elements. They would or there would be kids in dumpsters. And I mean, this is real stuff. I mean, this is not conspiracy. This is the farthest. This is proven. This is in a documentary, for God's sakes. So, I mean. Like, it's all out there. So if you aren't willing to believe what I'm saying about Epstein, but you're willing to believe this, what's happening in China, then I have to say, you really need to You're fundamentally flawed, sir.
At
You're
this
fundamentally flawed.
At
Or
this
madam.
point, I think,
Don't want to be sexist.
yeah, anything that is said has so much tangibility. Everything is so up in the air at this point with the coronavirus, with everything. There's just a suspicious aura around everything that is involving the government right now, right? It's just hard to go a day without feeling like, what the fuck is actually going on right now?
Well,
You know?
I'll tell you what's going on. We're run apparently by a whole pyramid of wealthy pedophiles. But to be honest, let's think about this. Most people can barely wake up for their 9-to-5 job and get to work. Who else is going to run America? Who else is capable other than a diabolical, wealthy pedophile?
Right.
I mean,
Are you gonna play?
Sorry.
God
I
man.
was getting on my soapbox there. But, I mean, we just... Think about it. We just, like, came out of segregation. I mean, like, not so long ago. I mean, this country is so backwards and so, like... And people just want to be talked down to. Like, look at the presidential candidates. It's like Biden's talking to people like you're, like...
I just
like,
died.
we're toddlers. You know, they want someone to talk to you and like talk.
Did you watch
like, talk to you like you're just like a child?
Dude, his interviews, I watched that one that he's getting all of that scrutiny for with what's the black host?
Charlemagne the God.
Yeah, Charlemagne the God.
Shut up, dude.
All right. What was I gonna say? Dude, he acts so weird. He's such a Joe Biden has such a weird personality. How don't people? He just seems like he's playing to whatever scenario he's in at every given moment.
Look how he interacts with children. I mean, let's be honest. Like,
Here,
what normal person do you see sniff a girl's neck like that, or you know, like so touchy and who's so comfortably like handsy, like, and I mean. The evidence is like kind of like right in front of our faces. Like it's like we're so in. We want to worship our leaders so much.
There's no way I was ever gonna get across that.
We want celebrity. We worship celebrity so much that. After I kill this guy.
I have something to actually throw in there about worshiping celebrity. Did you watch the recent Joe Rogan, Tony Hawk podcast?
Yeah, I didn't get to the end of it. But
I just thought he had a really good point at one part in the podcast where Tony Stark was like... Tony Stark? Jesus
Tony
Christ.
Stark. That's
Come on. Tony Hawk was talking about how you don't always need to be the best, and that's the American problem. We always think we need to be the best. It's also good to just be a part of the community, you know? We don't always... It's okay to make a living and exist within the passions that you love. Does that mean to strive for less? Absolutely not. But there's a certain point where you have to be happy about with what you can create, regardless if you have an audience, regardless if you're the richest person, you know, regardless if you have the most fans. It's no longer about that. It's just about being happy that you can at least be a part of the community. And I thought that was something that was interesting that not a lot of people talk about, you know.
Yeah, no, that's actually really cool.
I keep dying because of these trucks. I keep going under them, and it is awful. Yeah, I don't know. There's just... We've seen so much, and this coronavirus has definitely added a perspective, I feel like, to a lot of people, what life is going to be like after this, and what should be valued, what shouldn't be. And not to say working hard is very much... I love how those guys... Oh, they do die.
I didn't know they died.
Yeah.
I think it's on hard mode. I don't think it happens in medium. I didn't know that was going to happen.
Oh, shit. Nice. I literally punched. Thought I had a gun. This is like the
coolest co-op game because it's like even when you someone kills you accidentally, it's like whatever.
The guy's coming in. Oh, how did I die, dude?
Here.
I'm just curious. Nice, Indiana Jones. Here we go. Oh,
yeah,
nice. Is this helicopter or whatever? Oh no.
Helicopter.
Where's helicopter?
You can probably get another character. Fuck.
It's okay. I'll just use my gun. God damn it.
Yeah, but it's like limited for some reason.
Oh yeah, that's right, dude. And we're fighting this.
So
okay,
weird.
I'm gonna go get someone else. I can't even like break this crate, for God's sake. Like,
Damn.
what am I supposed to do in that case?
Fuck. Nothing. Just nothing. Damn. Anyway,
Alright, nice. I'm Mel Gibson. Let's go beat some ass.
Braveheart. Dude, you're Braveheart, dude.
No, dude, Mel Gibson.
Let's take another question from the audience.
I have a good character here. Well, no, we were just talking about, what were we talking about? We were talking about JRE and Joe Biden. Did you listen to the latest JRE, the last one? I think it came out yesterday or the day before.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah,
What's his name? I can't think of it.
Oh, David Pakman.
Yeah, David Pakman.
Yeah, I don't like his show, because he, like, caters to...
Fuck.
He caters to, like, the retards too much, like, where, like, the conspiracy theorists, like, those morons that, like, are always just like, oh, QAnon, it would have been true. Like, he actually, like, and it's kind of stupid, like, after a while it's just like, nice.
Yeah, bro.
Nice, area liberated. But yeah.
Alright, everyone. Yeah, this is, how long have we been podcasting for? Do you even...
Probably 2.
No, dude, it's never too long.
Talk about.
I can't even tell. Let's see. I have no idea. Probably over an hour here. Yeah, we definitely have a lot to talk about. But, yeah, dude, this has been an amazing first episode so far.
Oh, wow. Like a pro.
Like a
Go
pro,
on.
dude. Like a pro. Alright, so what's our next topic here? Let's see what's going on in the news. I'm going to take
I thought you were wrapping it up right there.
No, dude. I'm saying it's been amazing so far.
I'm about to have to
dude,
take
what
a
do you think
bathroom
about
break
the...
here pretty soon.
Yeah, we can definitely do that. So what do you think about the coronavirus and it being Memorial Day weekend with all these people going out?
Oh, I'm kind of bummed because I want to go out and I want to see no one. But now when I go out, I'm going to see a lot of people, and that kind of makes me sad.
Yeah, I went out to the... I think we have to go down here.
Oh, yeah.
I went out to the... Oh,
Watch
shit.
out.
I went out to the trail yesterday for our 2-year anniversary. Ooh.
Watch out.
And, dude, it was nice.
Dude. Oh,
it was
there.
very packed. Very packed on the trail. Very packed. What do you feel about the current... What is... Yeah.
Oh, no, but let's not get into that right now. But, go on. What were you saying?
What do you think about what's going on in Los Angeles right now and how much control, and you see that Trump wrote a letter to Garcetti's office and all this stuff, and their responses will take it into consideration.
Dude,
I can see both sides of this, and this is kind of where I stand. And, you know, I don't think ultimately anybody is right or wrong. I think there's a lot of variations where it just depends on what's happening. Right now, we've been over 2 months in quarantine. I think the moral aspects of this thing have played out, right? We've done what was morally right. We protected people. We took the time. If we had to do it, am I upset about it? No, you know, it's life. It was, well, how did you not get killed by that?
I don't know what happened. I'm kind of high.
But now we're at the economic situation where we have to start looking at this realistically and not in an idealistic world where people do work. And in our case in Los Angeles, where they haven't given us any form of a rent reduction or any of the supposedly, it's like rent debt you can pay. I think I saw from my lease, you can pay up to 3. You don't have to pay for up to 3 months, but that will eventually have to be paid off. So
yeah, it accumulates. That's like,
so in the long run,
well
there's no reason to like wait unless you absolutely have to. So I'm just curious to what they're trying to do with all of this crazy stuff, assuming that a vaccine will be the end of this. One, we know that diseases mutate. I'm not a disease expert, but that's always in discussion. 2, there's other diseases. No? Oh yeah, we gotta go down. There's other diseases in this world. It's not just the coronavirus. Are we gonna stop every time that becomes a situation? You know? I'm remembering how we did this map now the last time we played it. Watch out.
Fuck. Go on without me. Throw your bomb down.
Yeah. I'm just gonna make sure I throw it in the hole.
Here, I'm gonna take a bathroom break real
fuck.
quick. You keep monologuing.
Yeah. So I guess my point here, everyone, is when is this too long? When are we in control? Hold on, guys. This is... I'll make sure I don't die here. So yeah, guys, this is the pancake mix. This is going to happen maybe once or twice a week. This is going to be more of an intellectual conversation, not so much focused on gaming. We will be enjoying the gaming, but the point is really not to win, to be the best. It's about to talk about, you know, topics, events, things we've learned, news, anything that's happened in our life recently, movies we've watched, TV show. We'll have different guests with different backgrounds. And yeah, it's supposed to be a fun time. I know you've seen podcasts that are doing it that, you know, very similarly. We're going to take that type of map but apply it to playing video games, having people coming on enjoying an interactive setting whilst talking about our favorite stuff. And then I'm going to do something else that's called short stacks. Short stacks is essentially going to be where I'm gaming with friends and we're taking it more seriously. You're going to see my team, Oddity 17, two of the players that are on this team that we play Call of Duty a lot of Warzone, a lot of Battlefield, a lot of different games. We'll come in for that. Sometimes I'll do breakfast short stacks where it'll just be me playing live. I might have something to say, I might not. But those will be coming in more often, about every morning, every evening. You can keep an eye out for that. So,
What did I miss?
nothing. I was telling them what is coming up on the channel. You had a character, but it died.
No, I understand.
Fuck.
Oh shit. Anyway, mission failed, bro. What were we talking about?
I forget. How was the bathroom?
Oh, good. Just so good.
Is Elena sleeping right now? Oh, you're back
No.
somehow.
She got a computer that could to edit the doc,
Oh, nice.
and because
Why?
her
What's
laptop.
What
her
happened to
laptop
the other
shit
person?
to bed. We need grenades, yo. Let's
Yeah.
go.
What happened to the other editor?
Well, Elena's helping, like, with, like,
Oh,
showing what
okay.
she wants, and, like, she's,
I think you need
helping
those.
with some of this. Yeah, let me get this one. Alright. So she's editing right now, but you know what's, like, messed up and, like, what's tied to all this is, like, just to our listeners, Brendan and I are speaking a lot from experience, like, when
Should
we
I
talk
publicize this? Should we go live on Instagram and get people actually on this thing?
Well, are
Or is
you
it too
suggesting
soon?
we don't?
No, or
You-
is
are
it
you-
too soon? No, we're live, but I haven't publicized it. Should we publicize it?
I mean, how many people are watching this or listening?
We have one other person watching it.
So, okay, I don't think it's gonna get out there. But
Well, no, I haven't told anybody that it even exists or sent it to anybody.
So like 12 people later, but like, I don't know, dude. Like,
Suck a taint, dude.
well, no, the thing is, here, let's talk about what we're not covering, okay? Because we can do that.
Yeah, I need you to get me back.
Okay. No. I mean,
How did you just jump that high? Holy
I
shit.
don't know. Dude, alright.
No,
But,
we can talk about whether or not. Yeah, I'm just.
Yeah.
No, we can talk
No.
about whatever.
Yeah.
I was asking a different question.
We're not going to be covering the ritual abuse stuff though, and because of that, I think we could talk about.
We're
that. I think that's
live
fair
still.
game. I know. So maybe I don't know. That's a tough question.
Just get
Do
me
we talk-
back. Let's make that
Okay.
the objective.
Well, I know. I see you.
Just don't get eaten by the doges.
Let me just
Oh,
tell
dude,
you
you
this.
just bopped one. Yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead.
So let me just say this much. I won't say the religion. I'll just say it's in Utah.
Okay. So Ty, I saw you told me something the other day. I haven't fact checked this yet, but I'm assuming you know what you're talking about here. So that Utah passed polygamy being legal now. Is that true?
Yeah, that's what I was saying before. Yeah. So, and this is.
Watch out for these rocks.
We've heard from countless sources that ritual abuse and the abuse of children and sexual abuse of children and used for the occult is very prominent in Utah. And we've discovered, and we can't say any of it because if unfortunately documentaries like Netflix and well, let's bleep this out. Let's cut this out for the real one. But
it's staying in here. Just don't say anything.
Well, all right, I'm not gonna say anything about the companies or anything.
Yeah.
But it just won't sell in a market. I mean, it would sell in the market. Let's be honest.
Fuck.
But
you gotta.
Yeah.
Nice.
Fuck.
Watch out.
Oh my god, I don't even know how that happened. So there are companies who have a vested interest in the happenings of Utah.
Yeah.
And so because of that, we can't talk about things like ritual abuse.
Right.
And you know.
Yeah, we'll just keep their names off the record.
The use of children. I never said who it was. And that's I'll avoid that. But as far as watch out.
And this is something just so audiences know, and not to get too deep into like what we've done, who we are, or anything. But yeah, we've both been in, you know, Zach more so than I. Have both been in positions where we've researched and have been a part of these said situations that we're talking about here.
Yeah, so I'm actually not talking entirely. I'm not talking entirely out of my ass. So I know I sound insane and I'm a liar and I know that.
Why do I always do that? Okay.
But
it's just you.
No, but once you hear certain things, you can't. You know, there's just an issue with certain things that can and can't be said and certain truths because of, again, it just comes down to marketing, or it comes down to like who's invested in who, and because there is a lot of, you know, people think America is great, but there's a subterranean pipeline that many don't really see, and you know, a lot of that has been conducted in the past through churches.
Save me.
And has been conducted through these institutions that have.
Ooh, hey, that's a good move. Yeah, just keep that there.
These institutions that are trusted, and you know, people can easily take advantage of these systems because they're so trusted. I mean, if you in the past, if you accused a priest, if you accused the priest.
You were in the wrong immediately.
Your parents would whip your ass.
Right.
And it's one of those.
How do I keep dying and you don't, dude? How? Like, you literally were right next to me.
I have no idea, dude. I'm gonna be honest with you. Fuck. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Get those grenades at least to make sure you have the most. Yeah. Okay.
There.
Oh, you should have thrown another one that got those. That was stupid. That was not a pro move. Nothing.
What happened?
You should have like thrown that grenade, then got it, so then you would have been back at full. Like thrown.
I know. I listened to you. I listened to you too much. How dare you?
Ooh, there you go. Good. That was pro move right there. Watch out for the guy right behind you. I think to your left. I'm over there. Yeah, right beneath there.
Oh, there you are.
Oh my god, dude.
Fuck. How am I gonna get this guy? Fuck. Alright.
Bob never said he was gonna watch.
What?
Our live stream.
Bob's been like hard to reach, but I think Bob's doing some really important investigation right now. He's actually in the process of working along Alex Jones, and they're really working on breaking open like the big case. Yeah, I got you, dude. Like there's a huge case in the works.
Oh shit. Oh my, I am really sucking, man. I'm really sucking.
Hold on.
Dude, I rewatched a real never watched, he's never watched Joe Rogan, and he came over the other night. And
Are you serious?
What?
Real, where the fuck have you been?
We watched the Alex Jones one, just because that one's so ridiculous. I feel like anybody can get into it, you know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
he was like, dang, that was like... We watched almost the whole thing.
Where's he been? How have you not watched any of
He's
them?
like us, dude. It's the same scenario where like it gets too overhyped and then it's stupid, you know?
I don't know, man. That's...
I mean, Zach, you have a different... You've been from it since like
listening.
day one, so...
I know. I've actually listened since like the first or second year he started it, because I was really into DMT. Not that I have ever done it. I've always been like sort of like a tour, like not tourist. I don't know. I want to, and I just never had the opportunity. But
yeah.
I got into like the documentaries, and this is like back in like high school, like even like, when they came out. And then that afterwards, I'm like, oh, I gotta like listen to this guy's podcast.
Did you see the link that I just sent you?
No.
Look at it. We're taking a 5-minute break here. I'm gonna take a piss.
Okay. So, if there's anyone live right now, let's talk more about the Bush family. Okay, so for starters, George H.W. Bush, well, actually, his father, and actually the whole Bush family, they were never like old money. They were actually sort of like they handled the money and the interests of wealthy people back in like turn of the century, 1800s going into the 1900s, and what happened was they gained a lot of trust. So it's like if you imagine the relationship between like Frankenstein, Dr. Frankenstein, and his little friend Igor, that's sort of the whole, or maybe it's like the vampire and the assistant to the vampire who wants to be a vampire. So he does the bidding of the vampire, like Dracula and all that. So this is one of those types of relationships. And so Old Man Bush, he sort of like he was like a preacher, a reverend, you know, and like he like preached to the he preached to the oh, are you back? Hello? Hello? Did you pause it?
I'm here.
Did you pause it?
No, it's live.
We're live?
Fucking dude.
I have been, yeah. Oh, in any case, so yeah, Old Man.
Listening to your podcast from my phone, or you're talking from my phone.
Oh,
About the Bush.
yeah.
Bush or whatever. Yeah. All right, I'm
Yeah.
back.
Oh, okay. Where were we?
I don't know.
shit.
Well, I am dead. All right,
Yeah.
everyone, I'm back. This is Brenpancake here. Y'all know me. Yeah, what's going on? Thank you for watching.
Yeah, we're happy to have you. Shit.
Who is this? Is this Dirty Harry?
Yeah. Definitely. Definitely. It's Clint Eastwood, yo.
Definitely.
Yeah.
All right, let's get a clean win here. I feel like we've been a little sloppy.
I know, you're gonna have to edit this together now.
No, I'm not.
I bet you're
dude,
gonna make me sound like a conspiracy
I'm not
theorist.
editing anything together. This is a
Yeah,
no
you are.
edit. No, I'm not. It's just staying on my channel.
Why?
Because there's no need to edit. Nice.
Dude, nice one, man. What are you doing?
I'm trying to blow up the mines, bro.
Dude, with the
I
worst
have-
character?
Yeah.
With the worst character? Give me a break, dude. Give me a break.
What just happened?
I have no idea. This game is so
It is glitchy.
spontaneous. Yeah, it's probably better local.
Yeah, I
wonder
think
if
their
we'll ever get
servers are
Battlefield
kind of. I think.
to work.
I think.
I wonder if we will.
I'm gonna get the... If we don't get 1 to work, we're gonna get 5 to work, because I have 5, and I know how that one works, and that one's fine. Alright, hot take. This is something that all of our listeners need to hear, because I know a lot of people are Call of Duty players. I know there's been a lot of scrutiny with Battlefield 5. So, yes, the scrutiny that's been surrounding Battlefield 5 with there being female characters in World War II and its inaccurate depiction does stand just. Yes, it is an issue, but I will say that the Pacific War Edition and what they've done to make the game better since launch has been very enjoyable. Battlefield 5 storming the beaches of Iwo Jima and kind of replicating that whole battle is very, very, very fun. Dude, I swear I get the worst.
Computer hates you right now. I know.
But Battlefield 5 is a very fun game. It's not perfect. I don't think it will ever be perfect, but I enjoy it, and I think it's still better than Call of Duty. But that's just me, you know. That's all I have to say. Rant's over. You know, I feel like I've been standing by Battlefield for a long time, and EA has its problems, but DICE is good at what they
do. Yeah, what are you most excited for? Are you excited for Cyberpunk?
I am very excited for Cyberpunk. I just don't know how much I'm going to like playing an RPG like that in first person. I really wish that it would have come out in third person.
Wait, dude, they're not gonna... I bet they have the third person option, and if they don't
That's
offer
what people are hoping for, but...
I bet they will.
The devs, and I haven't looked into it recently if they've said anything about adding compatibility to switch between it, just like Skyrim or like Elder Scrolls or Fallout.
That's how I imagine it.
They said that they might not have compatibility for third person.
If they don't, I bet they will eventually.
Yeah, it's to me, for a character that you're gonna build to reflect the way that you want, and all this stuff that they talked about, the social aspects of the game, I feel like it's unjust. They're not doing the game justice by limiting the viewing of that, you know?
Yeah, no, I totally agree, especially if you're accessorizing. Like, I'm someone who likes to accessorize. I like bracelets, I like good, decent watches, I like a nice jean jacket. I want you know, maybe even something like a pill bottle on the back, because I'm also a fanboy. Let's not forget that.
Do you like your character, or what?
Who's that? Oh, Leon the...
I like my character, so you can have him if you want.
Okay. RoboCop, thanks. RoboCop's kind of lame. Anyway, where were we? We need someone who's like helming a computer right now for like in depth, because sometimes like I could go way further into some of these conspiracies, but like there's only so much you can remember.
Oh, dude, absolutely, that's the hard part.
So I mean, like,
yeah, I'm looking up some stuff.
Like, if we had someone to man the computer, I could totally riff and then have someone, like, check me.
Yeah.
But, like, it's kind of tough.
I get so into gaming.
No, me too.
Dude, you know what's crazy? I feel like, I don't know if you have this. This is something that came about with the whole coronavirus thing, but around, like, 6 every day, I get very introspective and almost have, like, just like an existential crisis, just because we've been so long in this state, and it seems like no one really is going to say what the fuck's gonna go on. Every time you listen to a press briefing, it's like, tomorrow's not gonna, you know, we're gonna be in a new normal. It's always ominous after ominous.
What's the new normal? Yeah, like, give me a break.
Dude, it's every press briefing. Every press briefing, we're just told.
No, like, that's why you have to think that some of this is manufactured, because... Yeah. They were so quick to say this is a new normal. Like, there was, like, it jumped to, like, to 11. Like, there's been SARS in the past. There's been all these other mad cow disease.
None of those have ever gotten a vaccine. And that's what we were talking about before with this vaccine.
Yeah, it's very strange.
In a morally balanced, idealistic world where everyone does the right thing, these vaccines have 100%
Okay.
cure rate. No one gets, injured or anything by them. Yeah, it would be great to expect that this vaccine is going to come to fruition. But vaccines, one, they just aren't funded. It's a risk typically for these big pharmaceutical companies because it's under incentivized, and it's a lot of research and development for something that they typically don't get money for. Now that shows the flaws with a capitalistic world where it's about the bottom line, right? It shouldn't be about the moral aspects of this whole thing. But here we are with it just takes so much to make a vaccine, and I think it's unrealistic that we'll throw away all of our human just like liberties and stuff because of a vaccine. And this is to not even discuss like the whole like anti-vax debate,
But like that's what, like, think about it. That's exactly what we're being prepped to. Like when you're being conditioned for something, like they're hitting all the. Yeah, I definitely died. But they're hitting all the main like points of like when you're trying to condition someone, like they're saying we're reaching a new normal, or we're gonna this is gonna be a new normal.
Repetitively.
Like really? Like, and what's that even mean? What's that even mean? Like a new normal? Like
I don't
why?
remember that guy.
Think about it. Like why?
And everyone adopted it immediately. It wasn't just like the president. It's the media, which obviously coincides with all of this stuff, but it was so quickly adopted by everyone you talk to. It's like, geez, I didn't really expect that to be the case, So at least so quickly, without any results to be shown, and now that we have results, like I said, I think we took the moral step. It would be hard-pressed for me to say that at the time, at the beginning of this, I wasn't scared and all of this stuff. There still is a reason for people to like not put themselves in the face of this, especially the demographic that is being affected by it. There is people that die. That's not a situation at all. But there's just it's just not black and white. People still need to make money, and it's hard. It's hard for me when I hear people that make a lot of money or in a comfortable place to say that we don't need things to return in a certain way just
yet. Why?
Knowing
because
the rest of the world is not sitting in the same position as you.
That's because socialism's a dirty word. People want to associate socialism with communism, and it's completely ridiculous. Like, because
where are we going?
everyone's perfectly fine with socialism when it comes to corporations. Everyone's fine with giving billions and trillions of dollars to corporations. Everyone's perfectly fine with that. No one ever questions that. But then when you get to a point where someone says, "Oh yeah, we're gonna maybe have a free healthcare system, or we're gonna free student debt, so we don't have to have a whole generation who's essentially enslaved by it." And it's like it's dirty. They make it a dirty word to even consider.
Nice.
And
I died.
And it's absolutely
the hard part with me when I hear everybody talking about
that.
socialism, and I don't necessarily, like I said, its fundamentals, is there anything necessarily wrong with it? No, and that's at the fundamentals of most plans. It's where there's corruption, and corruption can, I think...
But look at capitalism. We've reached the most corrupt version of capitalism, where we're giving away trillions of dollars while people can barely get money from the food bank, or people are going hungry. People are losing their jobs, and we're giving money to lobbyists. Like, give me a break about there's no argument for what. No one ever wants to talk about this other part of the argument, and if they do, they're like labeled again, like they're shut down, or they're labeled like.
This dude's pissed, dude.
Yeah, what's
well,
going
I guess
on?
my point wasn't. I forget what were we just talking about? What was I saying?
What? Sure. I don't know. Yes.
What was I just saying, Zach? What were we just talking about?
We were talking about the coronavirus, and we were talking about how people were so ready to start a new normal.
I think the hard part with just people taking it word, or for me, is not so much the capitalism versus socialism. It's just both can easily get corrupt. And that's the hard part. Yeah, no. And that's my point. It's when people expect things to not end up faltering over a certain amount of time. It's like, even with the Constitution, when people... God dang it. This
There's
game's
something
hard.
that happens when you reach a certain level of wealth. I honestly believe it should be illegal to be a billionaire, let alone a trillionaire. Because when you reach that amount of wealth, usually there's a reason for it. Usually
How didn't that break that?
I don't know, but usually you're not paying your workers. Usually you're not, paying for benefits, or you have them on temp level. There's usually more to it. So, but here we are,
Fuck. I was never
we're celebrating Jeff Bezos on being like the first trillionaire, or soon to be, and it's absolutely sickening. He doesn't look how he treats his workers. Look how, I mean, it's incredible how, and people are upset about it. People are enraged, but no one is willing to go anywhere and do anything about it. No one will protest. No one is up in arms. I mean, this is like, when we think of a time period to match this to, this is essentially like the Reconstruction period after the Civil War, when after the Union won and slavery was abolished, and the South felt threatened by African Americans, and then what happened was it just turned into this thing where you couldn't even tell the difference between the Democrats and the Republicans. The people were like, "Oh, I want partisanship. Why can't we just all get along?" You don't want your politicians to get along, because when your politicians get along, that means there's corruption happening. That means they're working together and they're not working for you. It's like what George Carlin used to say. So for people who have that argument, you're insane. Like, if you're not a populist or you're not supporting a progressive now, after you just witnessed all this corruption, you're absolutely insane.
I think the hard part too is that, God, this part's so hard for me. Okay. I'm getting pinched. Fuck.
But, yeah,
it's
on
alright.
your mind.
I think the hard part with this whole thing is that, which I've always said, it's good to have people that have opinion, and it seems like people are scared to have an opinion or want to just always fall in line.
You're not allowed to have an opinion.
I know.
You're not allowed to.
Insane.
It's not even just scared, because you're being deplatformed if they disagree with you. So it's not like...
The thing, and I feel like this is talked about a lot recently, it's just because you have an opinion doesn't mean they necessarily stand by it 100%. It's just a value that is based on something that potentially happened in their life, influenced that opinion, and yeah, maybe they are wrong. Everybody is wrong in some way, some form. Not everyone's perfect. Now, does it make them a bad person for having that opinion? It only makes them a bad person if they're affecting someone and it is in a malicious intent. Obviously, does this mean someone should be cursing all the time and saying stuff that's sensitive to people? No. But does that mean they're a bad person if their opinion might be flawed at the forefront? No. And so many people have a stance, and then they're immediately just awful people. And this is more just towards the right-left debate, you know?
No, but you have to also think that, like, it's not even about... Like, a lot of people they want to believe, they want to trust their leaders, they want to trust their news sources. So when they turn on CNN, or when they turn on MSNBC or Fox News or whatever,
I'm fucking people up pretty bad.
When people turn to these, they don't want to believe that people are corrupt. They don't want to believe that people are screwing them over, and people want to give and then really, in actuality, it's like, it's fixed. The system's fixed. It's stacked against so many people. And the corporate media is more like an HR department who just in their, you can tell why the news is always about Trump, because they're not reporting on all these other issues. There's bills that are being passed where people can search your internet browser history. There's, you're losing your liberties. I mean,
now my question is for you: when you hear this stuff, like, are you surprised? You know? Not to say that's kind of like partially rhetorical in a sense, but like a lot of times when I hear this stuff, I'm at the point where like I'm not surprised. Anything can be true, you know? It's hard not to be like to see this stuff is kind of expected, and I'm getting so pissed at this game. Expected, you know. And I think that's the hard part. Isn't that kind of sad in a sense, where we hear this stuff and it's like, oh yeah, I believe it.
Yeah, I shouldn't be eating chips while I'm talking, but
It's okay.
just one. Sorry. Hold on, I'll try to do this fast.
Here, you can. Oh fuck.
Anyway,
Escape from New York.
But yeah.
Yeah, I think. Fuck.
Go ahead.
No, it's okay. I was just trying to get that guy over there.
I mean, Walker's fine. Dirty Harry. But yeah, my point is just like during this time especially a lot of people we know are in like the film industry or whatever, and we see a lot of people hurting. The actual people who are actually doing all the work, not just the, you know, people who just show up. But,
yeah, it's insane how... And I get it, there's the star power. I mean, no, I don't necessarily get it, but I understand... You know, I don't understand it. This whole stuff with the star power and them having so much weight for what's happening over the rest of the production is absurd, you know? You're hearing, oh, these people are coming out, no, we can't go back to work. Yeah, it's like, how are you the one that's making the judgment for the whole production and people that have to have livelihoods, make money, you know, they potentially have families, especially a lot of these people are living in, you know, major cities like LA, like Atlanta, New York City. None of these people, well, I guess Georgia is working. But a lot of these cities, it's expensive to live here, and you're expected to still pay these bills. Yeah.
Well, and what's the new normal?
I know, it's just a repetitive, omniscient statement, and everyone has accepted it.
You do realize that they're closing, like, the era of open internet is basically over, and it's very close to being over. We're gonna have a closed internet, like an intranet, like China.
That's
like,
why you should get a VPN.
I know.
Everyone's gonna have to use a VPN soon. It's just gonna be the way it is.
It's gonna be outlawed though. Like, you know, it's gonna be like, well, we're doing it illegally, and it's probably gonna be one of those things where it's maybe not enforced in some areas.
I feel like it's gonna be, it's gonna be something. If they go to that extreme this quick, there's gonna be backlash. I think.
No, they're going to go slow. They're gonna go slow. They're gonna make it comfortable. They know what they're doing. They're not stupid.
What does that make you think about 5G?
I mean.
I know some people that have some thoughts on 5G.
It's not like it's not going to happen. It's not like it's not going to happen. It's why... I mean, I don't know if it's going to be as wacky as people are saying it is.
Yeah.
But, I mean...
I haven't really done any research into it. It's one of those things where... Happen. It lives in the realm of inevitability. It's just like a lot of this stuff. Sometimes I find it hard for me to be surprised or even upset. Just like, what the hell can I even do, you know? To like stop this. And it's fucked up to say that, but...
You know what the FBI is going to do, or the CIA? You know what they're good at? They find people who are getting radicalized on this sort of thing.
Dude, Chuck Norris, why do you suck so hard, dude?
I know. And what they do is they'll lead a lot of people on that are like planning an attack or whatever, and then they like just like and they just arrest them last minute.
Really? Oh yeah.
Yeah. So my point is, you know, I don't want to get into the whole school shooter thing, but it makes you question things.
Fuck. Yeah. Sorry.
Get that. Here, I'll help you.
Thanks. Nice. I got an even better character, dude.
Oh man.
Whoa, dude, that was pro. Whoa. Oh my god.
But anyway, when are you having Alex Jones on?
Soon, dude. It was gonna be you, me, Alex Jones, Bob Furburgers, and Dan Bisbee.
Dan got... I don't think Dan will ever talk to me again. After our last encounter with him, I think I went too hard on him about the war in Iraq, and I think he's never gonna talk to me again.
You think? Dude, you keep dying, bro.
I know.
Oh shit. Fuck. Oh nice, here we go.
Dude,
wow.
So, while you play...
I love listening to their feet pattern. It's so funny.
Oh, you have the sound. I'm hearing nothing. I feel like this sound's like an advantage too.
Fuck, don't
Yeah,
die.
folks, you really want to download our game as we're playing. It's Broforce, and it plays like an old school platform game, like similar
Dude,
to
she's
Mario.
the
But you
best.
have a lot more. Oh yeah,
Fuck, I got you.
lag. But what we have here is just classic platform, except you have so much more ability
Alright, I'm coming to get you.
do so many different things. You can essentially
Here, you're
just,
back.
if you wanted to, you could smash up the entire platform, which gives you so much power. But then it also you don't
Small
want to destroy
shame.
too much, or you can't do anything. So it's really
In some
it's a
sense,
game
you
of
do have to
wins.
be tactical about how you play this, especially when you're playing with 4 people or more, or 3 or more people, you know?
Yeah.
Alright,
Like when you have a bunch of people. Sorry, I have to press X.
Fuck, I just gotta get back up there. Alright.
Yeah, watch those.
Watch out. Fuck, watch out.
Fuck. God damn it.
Fucking A.
Oh shit, I didn't, dude, I thought I died. That's hilarious. There's a cage here.
So what do you think about this whole Joe Rogan going to Spotify for 100
think it's
billion
brilliant.
plus?
I think it's
Yeah,
brilliant because
YouTube is really putting themselves in a position, huh?
As soon as I heard the news, the whole next day and the whole day, I was looking for like all of like YouTube's like Twitter comments to see if they reference it. And it's like, there's just like all this crazy, stupid like SJW bullshit, and it's hilarious because it's just like, this is like a portrait of why you're gonna fail. Like, no, like real people don't like you, only like the fake people who are trying to like, you know, just playing the hype of the day. It's like the fucking 60s, like peace man, peace bro. It's like you guys are all fucking like just so fake. Like, who do you think? Who are you fooling? Like people who are like, oh, I'm so privileged. I'm so privileged. It's
Alright, dude, you're like so off topic.
I know, but like, it's just like people who conflate liberalism and conflate progressive values for like the social politics have a special place in hell.
Yeah. Dude, it's an interesting time to be political. I just
but it should be
wouldn't.
about class issues, not.
Yeah, I know. No, I absolutely agree about that. And I'm at the point where there's just so much stuff happening. I don't try to pretend that I'm informed about everything. I find it really hard for me to wake up every day and just know every single thing when there's so much stuff that I need to focus on. And so many people wake up just hating everybody. And I understand standing up for something. That's our like right. That's part of what we need to do as people, but I also think there needs to be a balance and understanding of what we are as humans, you know, and what that means in the long run of everything, and just we need to fight for what we believe in. In a lot of ways, it seems like a lot of these things that we're so upset about come in trends where something starts really well and then ends, you know. It's that famous Nolan, and just, I mean, it's probably been quoted in a lot of other places, but live long enough to see yourself become the villain type scenario.
Oh,
Where,
totally.
you know,
Yeah,
where,
dude, this is. I'm not convinced. Go ahead. Sorry.
no, and that's where it's always like, where is America in this timeline? Is it in the middle of the road? Is there still a lot of life left? Every empire has to fall. Do I want America to fall? No, of course not. I love this country, and there's a reason why so many people try to move here. It does have its issues, you know, and these issues, I love when I jump and I die, and these issues are definitely worth fighting for, but sometimes it's hard when people tell you it's okay to be upset every day. There needs to be a balance of that too. You know, there still is a lot of like good stuff that is happening in our world, and there is a lot of great people that you have to hope as a group these people are going to come together and these things will hopefully change. And that's kind of the optimism in me there, but
No, I can be cynical, and I appreciate that optimism because, I mean, it's so easy to be cynical today because.
Right. And I think that's going to end up being
issues.
somewhat of the our generation's dilemma, the 21st century dilemma is a lot of people are becoming blinded by their perspective, and I don't think it's wrong to have a perspective. You already heard me say that before, that an opinion is a valued thing, especially when but an opinion needs to be balanced where you're a skeptic too at the same time. You can't believe everything that you see, and so many people stand by what they believe, not because of they did the research. It's just, it's easy to believe what other people believe if it gets you through the front door. And that's on both sides of the aisle. That isn't a left or right thing. You know, and fuck. There's a, can I jump over here? Oh, I can't.
Yeah.
Wow, two.
Yeah, no. I mean, there's so many people just need to realize that things aren't as real as they think they are. Like,
right.
Just like religion, or no, I'm not saying religion's not real. I'm just saying that there's a lot of illusions in life, like government, for instance, and you know, there's certain ways. There's a reason why our education system sucks so hard. I mean, let's be honest. Like, what did you really learn in high school? You didn't learn dick. I mean, be honest. Like,
yeah, dude,
no,
absolutely. Yeah,
like, it's such
if we're talking about
I was talking to one of my
public
Russian
education,
friends.
yeah,
I was
it's
talking to one
ridiculous.
of my Russian friends, and she was telling me about like some of the things, like her high school experience and what they would learn, and it sounded so much better than our system. And I mean, she probably went to like a wealthier school, because I think she's pretty wealthy. But so I mean, her family probably has something to do with like the oligarchs of Russia. But in any case, it just seemed like our educational system, it has so incredibly flawed, and I think a lot.
I mean,
of it has
the
to do
fact
with, it's
that
just like babysitting.
I mean, the fact that our teachers a lot of times have to have another job to even afford to be a teacher in the United States is insane. These people that are supposed to be pillars of thought, that are supposed to be guiding our youth to the next generation, but yet they're struggling themselves. How are they supposed to be focused, you know? There is a level of like financial respect a person has to like maintain an optimal outcome.
Yeah,
and you have to feel respected. If you're not getting paid what you should, like, what you're worth, you're not going to feel respected. Then you're going to be financially disrespected. They're
even garbage men not even getting paid like minimum wage. If you're picking up trash, people's trash, you should be getting paid at least like a decent wage. Like, and that's the problem. It's like, that's from corruption. It's corruption why people can't need multiple jobs. We live in the most overworked society in the world. America isn't like Australia. When other countries hear about how much we work and how we don't have any guaranteed like vacation and like for childcare and all that stuff, like it's incredible how little America has. And if America needs to realize that they need to stand up for themselves, and people just are so fat and lazy, and it's for a reason. You know, there's shitty food, people, you know, it numbs the brain, people are just content to be, like, it's almost like it's like that stupid dad sitcom thing, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
there's just like this.
Everyone falls into a place of complacency and kind of
exactly. But they see this. People see this, and they want to. And that's the
and you know what's crazy?
Value of film and video. Like, people try to copy shit.
Right, and I've gotten more aware of these things as I've grown older, and I've had my own struggles in life, and I've seen what other people are going through, and I see, you know, then you start comparing yourself, and it's always hard. There's certain times in life it's just hard. And then I think back to these moments where I have a very similar, like, emotional positioning as, say, my parents did at a certain time. And I'm like, you know, in a lot of ways, we've been around people that are just so depressed in a lot of situations in America. And a lot of our families, I know people are probably going to not want to hear this, but a lot of the people that we grew up and love have gone through depression because of a lot of the stuff that they were taught, you know, back in the day, that just didn't end up being fundamentally right for a person. You know, this complacency, just, it's okay to do this and settle for less. And I always thought it was weird when I was in high school. I would have friends that were like, oh, you want to be a filmmaker and you're chasing, you know, blah, 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 what you want to do. And I was like, yeah, you know, I didn't really know anybody that was in film, but my mom knew I liked film, and that's something I decided to chase. But it's one of those things that I realize now, fuck, dude, people just don't really chase what they actually want to do in life, and no one's telling them that it's okay to chase your passions
You're
instead of just
ambitious,
like,
though.
yeah.
You're ambitious.
But that's
the thing is,
thing.
not everyone's ambitious, and you shouldn't have to be
not
ambitious
everyone is
to collect a good
ambitious.
paycheck, a decent
Absolutely.
paycheck.
No, I don't
Teachers should not
disagree
have to
with
work
that.
second jobs.
No, and I don't disagree with that because you need people in every place, but there's no place where it teaches people. When I went to film school, there was no rounded, like, it's okay to be this, it's okay to be that, or I guess I was saying that before. It's okay to want to be an artist, and we know it's not a stable income. There's a way. If you want it, there's always a way to make something possible. And I feel like there's a lack of understanding in that realm versus you need to go to college, you need to get the higher education route, which is valued.
Dude, we know
and
that's
I'm
a racket. No, don't you dare. No,
I value higher education. I will
stand
by
it. It's overpriced.
I'm not talking. I'm
Dude,
talking about the idea of higher education, and you're going to chase, expanding yourself. Sure, well, we're not. Let's the system now in itself. Yeah, that can be said. I'm just talking about from a general.
If I can give my Penn State education back, or get my money back, if I give my diploma back, I would do it in a heartbeat.
With what you know now, absolutely. And I think in the position for what you were trying to obtain, there is no reason for you to need to have gone to a college. But in a world, god dang it, how many lives I got? Shit.
Nearly $100,000 coming out, nice. Which is absolutely. You should not be. Higher education should be rewarded, it should be valued, and the fact that we as a community, as Americans, think that higher education should be something that you pay for the rest of your life. That's not valuing education. That's just treating it as a financial investment. But it's not you know what I mean? It's not
Whoa.
It's not helping people. The only people it's helping are in people within finance.
Fuck.
Who are selling loans.
Right.
And I worked in mortgages right out of college, and I've seen people who were just kicked out of their homes after the banking crisis when no one went to prison. And again, this comes back to no one is being held accountable. The people who have committed the worst atrocities and financial atrocities and had so many people kicked out of their homes.
Right.
No one
none of
is
them
held
ever.
Accountable.
Yep.
So what kind of system is this?
Jeez.
What kind of system is this? We have Goldman Sachs partners and CEOs running a lot, every part of our government. Then politicians we're finding are trafficking children, and then there's worse this occult shit. Even without the occult shit, it's fucked up. But then on top of that, there are real things that are just strange, and wealthy people get weird ideas. People get weird ideas when they reach a certain type of wealth.
Right.
And that's why there should be.
What do you think about Bill Gates and everything that's going on with him in terms of controversy and a lot of the stuff that is coming to light? Also, he hung out with Jeffrey Epstein, and that doesn't seem to be something that is ever talked about.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Who's he keep his company with?
Yeah.
I would wager that Bill Gates has some skeletons in his closet. And for people to write that off, this CEO, and it comes back to celebrity worship. The same people who worship Steve Jobs and Bill Gates, they're such idiots. You're worshiping these monsters.
Oh, okay,
I know you think that they need to be pricks to run a business, and that those are the only type of people that can. But you're fucking mistaken. You really are. If you don't think that if these so-called CEOs and these so-called creators aren't getting this technology from the government and getting from where the real investments go into, you're insane. Just look at Google.
I knew Maps. I was gonna get this fucking girl.
Look at Google Maps. They got that technology from the military. Yeah, and and the thing is, the only thing that Apple and Microsoft are basically marketers. They probably help with the interface, or they probably help with the look or whatever to make it cool. But it's essentially just a PR campaign for this shit. this whole idea of connectivity, it's not just all benefit. You know, you're gonna have your negatives with all the benefits too. Like, the fallout is you're giving away your information, you're giving away your your freedom of like where you are, and people can track you and hear you and listen to everything. And I mean, we're becoming a society that doesn't really value
how did I die?
We don't value I'm like blanking out for some reason. We don't value privacy anymore.
Right. I feel like most people just assume that they don't have it anymore, which is a big part of the issue. It's just like, oh, I have this phone, it's been out there, everyone always jokes, haha, I'm always on this list and that. We just all assume that it's been gone for a long time, which it has been.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's like, what can I do now? Which that's the hard part, and that's kind of...
But isn't that the strangest thing? I think Edward Snowden said something like that. He's like, that's the first sign. Isn't that a little messed up that we all assume that we're being listened to? Right. He actually tweeted that recently. And don't we find it a little strange?
Do we have to blow these fucking, lines up?
I think you should avoid it.
Okay.
But don't we find it a little strange that Julian Assange, just for reporting the truth, is being... And let's not forget what kind of military secrets Julian Assange shared. He shared that the U.S. government or the military was killing civilians. I mean, that's what was going on. And again, in an illegal war, in a war that we never belonged in. We never belonged in Iraq, and in fact, we probably never belonged in Afghanistan either. I mean, the fact that Osama bin Laden and his not him, but his family was able to fly out of the U.S. immediately after 9/11, and that they were friends with the Bushes, and the Bushes have ties to the CIA. They essentially invented the CIA because they're a bunch of wealthy pricks who just wanted to play spy. The Bushes, the Bush family. Yeah. I mean, these are the same skull and bones pricks who just they invented intelligence after the OSS.
Oh dang, I didn't know that. Yeah.
The OSS during World War II, and just like what intelligence agencies have become. I mean, they're essentially the secret police. We have people that are they don't acknowledge, there's this worship of the CIA, because the CIA, the operatives are all over in Hollywood, and they're writing films. They're what do you think? A lot of these CIA officers or operatives go to Hollywood to sell their screenplays when they're done, and you're never out of the CIA.
Yeah.
Look at Joe Rogan's guest, Mike Baker. That dude's so CIA, and so it's like people call him Joe's handler, which I think is hilarious. But it's like that dude is so he plays this same old fucking bullshit, the cards, hey, my kids Beavis and Butthead are they really like shooting.
He just plays the typical stereotypical CIA guy that can't. Come on.
I just got a Bronco. Who doesn't love a Bronco? You want to see my show about what the CIA is really like? And it's this Tom Clancy bullshit. It's worshipping, celebrity worship of the CIA, which they're all a bunch of, we're worshiping the people who assist human trafficking of children.
Right. Dang, dude, it's an intense world out there, Oh shit, is this fucking...
I've had one too many rants.
My mind's exhausted, It's just one of those things. That's what I'm saying. There's so much happening in this world, and I'm just not surprised by it all, It's just, there's... The silver lining is that there's hopefully people that will not let these, figures take advantage of the system and kind of... But...
Yeah.
Who knows?
I'm not very optimistic.
I think it comes in waves still. I think there's ups and downs to everything.
We need an up really fast because we're losing our rights.
I know.
So, I don't know.
Alright, I got this guy. We're good. There's no rights to be lost when this... Oh, shit. He's gone.
That's right. Fuck. Okay.
It's all good. I got Mel Gibson.
Oh, nice. I got McRibs.
Oh, nice. I just died. Don't die.
Oh, shit. Well, you're back in anyway.
Alright, you're back in.
These dogs. These dogs are
Oh, nice. You have the best character.
I know.
Oh, fuck.
Okay. I don't know what happened. Oh, wait.
Oh, so that you can get back in them after. Fuck.
How do you
Triangle,
get in this?
triangle.
Oh, there it is.
Shit.
Yeah, that's how you get in those things. Dude, that was actually pretty cool.
You just ran away like the little girl from that whole thing.
I know.
Oh, I'm gonna get deplatformed for a second.
I think, dude, we probably have gotten deplatformed like 20 million times by now. But I mean, it's all in fun, folks. We're just joking around. We're kidding. I mean, actually everything I said tonight is probably a lie.
Dude, can you believe it? It's been 3 hours. Can you believe it?
And it's like usually like 2.5.
Yeah, it's like been 30 minutes. Dude, can you believe it? It's been 30 minutes. Holy shit, it's been 30 minutes
like...
with Joe Rogan?
That's when he just wants to get out of there.
Dude, I think this is episode 1 though, man.
Yeah.
I think this is episode 1. We got far. Did we complete level 4?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Oh,
we did get pretty far.
Alright, dude. Well, I think episode 1 of Pancake Mix is, yeah. It was a solid one. We had some technical difficulties. We figured out the banter. I feel like we had a lot of good points, you know. It's always a rough one getting the first one, but when we come back, this is definitely going to be the place to be for your news, for discussion, and definitely for some cool video games. We're going to figure out the video game stuff for the next one, so no worries there. But yeah, guys.
We'll have more cue cards in the future, and
yeah, we're gonna have a Jamie.
Like
yeah, we're gonna have a Jamie soon. It's all good.
Yeah, find our Jamie, Brendan. That's your task.
All right. Well, Zachary Kulm, it's been a pleasure. The Zack kept shut. Brenpancake. Look for us on PlayStation 4. We are doing all PlayStation. This is not a PC channel. If you want to go play PC, Xbox, Stadia, Nintendo, get the fuck out of here. We're going to be playing PlayStation 4 exclusively. We are Sony boys, Stussy all the way. You know me, Brenpancake. Check me out on Instagram at Brenpancake, or check out my website at www.brendanjsweeney.com. I will catch you guys more. Zachary Kulm, you got anything else to say?
No, I think you covered it.
All right, dude.
It's been fun.
All right, it's been a pleasure. I'll talk to you later. Peace.